Test, 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 test. So nice to have Jan, hype man number 2, and Santi, Pingu, beg your pardon, hype man number 1 here. Yeah, thanks for joining us again. This is going to be the first special event. Oh, let me do a mic check. Yep, it's fine. This is going to be the first special event in Season 2 for OFR. We're racing here today in Singapore, doing one of our old D3 style setups. So we've got one 18-minute qualifying with dry conditions, D3 assists, followed by one 25% race, D3 assists again. And then we're going to have a reverse grid 25% race, depending on the results of the first race, where there's going to be light rain in one of the stints. We've got 15 drivers here, and I think 3 more are going to be joining midway through qualifying. And yeah, it's going to be a hell of a race. Now, we don't have Singapore in our calendar this season in OFR in the F1 series because it was a bit glitchy last season, and I think we had 5 drivers DNF over an invisible wall, I beg your pardon. So today we are going to be doing a special event here instead. And these points are going to count towards our drivers' global cards, their driver cards, their trophy cabinet, everything. If you don't know what I'm talking about, join our Discord and have a look. We have a great bot that handles all this stuff for us, where we give out trophies and awards and things like that, and it's all gonna count. Hopefully there's going to be at least one every week, and these are all managed by our drivers. This isn't an admin thing. There we go, Markov's joined. This is where our drivers actually contact the admin of F1 and ask them to host a race, or contact the admin of GTS and ask them to host a special event. So trying to get the drivers involved. We've got drivers going out on track already, actually. Now, I haven't raced this track in a very long time. I didn't actually race it last season because I wasn't, well, in F1 IR, because I wasn't racing then. I was just commentating. And before that, it must have been in D3 possibly, in OFR Season 1. But yeah, it's a hell of a race. It's a 23 corner anti-clockwise circuit, very difficult, very narrow. It's a street circuit. It's at night. Some of these drivers will be using racing lines, some of them won't. We've got drivers from D1, D2 and D3, so it's going to be a very mixed bag here. Overall, I think it's just going to be a really fun race. We got the damage set to reduce because we've got some of our D3 guys in here, so hopefully no one will DNF. But I'm just going to get straight on board with some of these guys and see how they are getting on. Let's just check the chat quickly. Okay, and let's go on track. So who's out in front? It looks like it's a Toro Rosso. Let's see if we can see who that is. It's Figgy. Figgy's going to be the first to set a lap, so we'll ride on board with him and see how he does. So where is he now? So he's just finished the second sector, and that's going through turn 14 there. Really just a bit more acute than a right angle there. It's a very tight corner. He's just going through sector 3 now, through this, right, left, right, left, right, left part of the track, going under the bridge here. At 16 and 17, running up to, or was that, sorry, 18 and 19, running up to 20 and 21 right now. Then it's too fast right-handed. So here we go. Let's see how he gets on. I doubt he's going to have a decent setup because a lot of these guys haven't practiced this. They're just coming straight into the race and racing. So he's away now. His DRS is open. His ERS is set to hot lap. Let's see where he breaks into turn 1. At about 65 meters there. He goes a bit deep, but manages to kiss the inside there. He probably has the racing line on because he is taking a very good line right now. Out of turn 3 he goes, and he's approaching turn 5 now in the middle of sector 1. Goes through turn 5. He's going to open up his DRS now and burst his throttle all the way down to turn 6. This really slight right-hander here. Brakes at about 75 meters there. Takes a nice amount of curb on the entry and exit. Helps to get his car rotated nice and early there. He's actually doing a pretty decent job on this lap right now as he goes through into sector 2 at turn 9 right now. So this is actually a tricky part of the track, turning it into turn 10 here, because it's a really fast corner where you can get on the throttle nice and early. He was a little bit late there, and you can see he's not using as much as the track as he could. And then you've got this really hard chicane in the middle of the track, and then as you're coming up to turn 13 here, you're going to lock up the brakes, you're going to turn in, and you're going to go deep. I think it's, yeah, that's what he did there. It's really easy to outbrake yourself there and just go too deep into that corner, and you can hit the wall there, so you do need to be careful. But he has set a purple middle sector. That's because he's the first one to do it, however, and he is still looking pretty tidy as he is coming up to turn 16 now as well. So he goes through 16, left-hander at 17, take as much curb as possible, early on the throttle, quick burst of the throttle all the way up to 18th. Don't touch the curb that much there because it will spin you. He avoids it nicely, takes enough at 19, he gets a little bit of oversteer there, and gets powered on that throttle again. He's struggling as he's coming to the last part of the track because this track really does eat up those soft tyres, and you can see in sector Sector 1 and 2, he was nice and tidy. In Sector 3, he's sliding all over the place because the grip has just fallen off on those tyres. But he sets a 1:41.1. That's a pretty decent time. Now, I'm going to jump down to Super Bounty because he's the one that's going to cross the line next. If I can finally find him. Here he comes, he crosses the line. And he's on his outlap now. So he must have invalidated that first lap. But he is going, so I'm going to jump to the second Toro Rosso, which is VR, because he's still on a hot lap right now. As you can see, just coming through the final 2 corners. Now, let's see what time he can set. He set a 1:47, and your Stinson goes fastest with a 1:36.6. Mats, that's YWR Northman, going with a 1:37 on mediums, and Atomic pops in a 1:36.105. Wow, I've never seen the leaderboard change that quickly. We've got a Ferrari about to cross the line. It's Vilsek. Vilsek's just popped in a 1:37, and we've got a Mercedes coming up now. Let's see who it is. It's Tom. Tommy's gone into the pits. We've got another Ferrari. That's going to be Lika. Let's see where he puts his time. He's invalidated, actually, and he's going for another one. His ERS is set to medium, so let's see if he does keep this lap. It looks like he might do. Wow, Atomic setting the fastest lap so far. Only 5/10 up on Stinson's medium time, though. So I imagine Stinson's going to be able to beat that if he does elect to put those soft tyres on his car. Now, we've got Carter coming around, who's invalidated his lap. He does have a car behind him, though, who he's going to let past. And Carter's coming into the pits. Okay, interesting. So that was a Haas. Let's see. It was Izat. Izat's put in a 1:37 flat on the medium tyres. And it's looking interesting. So it's all D1 guys currently taking up the top 5 spots, with a D2 driver, recently promoted D2 driver, let's not forget, VR, who's currently holding a very comfortable 6th place. So well done, VR. Now, I think Super Bounty is going to be coming up to his lap. Let's see if he... No, he's coming in. He's coming in. So a lot of these guys not even setting laps, actually. Probably because they're invalidating or they've not got their setup right yet. Let's see if I can find someone on track. It looks like Carter's going for a lap. He's invalidated again. Oh, no, he hasn't. He hasn't invalidated. He's actually set... Oh, I'm running on board with Lika, that's why. Lika set a fastest middle sector. Papa Whiskey's just joined as well, so there's that extra driver. I'm just going to shift my attention to Discord quickly. So, Leak is invalidated again, and he's staying out. So he's going for his lap now. So you can see he's stored up enough ERS there. He hasn't turned it up, though. He's still running on 0 ERS. So this might just be Leaker's practice session, just so he can get used to the track. And then maybe towards the end of qualifying, when there's a bit more rubber on the track, he will put in some faster times. But he's got his ERS set down all the way low at the minute. So he might even be running extra fuel. I'm not sure. But it's not wise if he wants to qualify on these tyres, because the softs, we've seen from Figgy's car how quickly the softs get chewed up here. We've got an Alfa Romeo about to cross the line. It's Tom. He crosses the line with a 1:39.2. So that's about 3 seconds off pole right now on the soft tyres. We usually see about between a 1 and 2 second gap between D1 and D2. So Atomic's D1, he said a 1:36.1. Tom's D2, he said a 1:39.2. So Tom's a bit slow there, or Atomic is just incredibly quick. But I'm going to go with the former argument there. We've got a Williams about to come across into Sector 3. Let's see if I can... It's Matt. It's not Matt's. It must be Matt's teammate. It's Stinson. So Stinson's still on those medium tyres, and he's going for a hot lap. He's getting a little bit of oversteer as he's coming out of one of those corners there. He's going through 22 and 23 now. He sticks to the inside and he almost loses it. And he is turned his ERS all the way down. So that must have been his banker lap there. Let's see if he stays out for another one as we see a Haas cross the line. It's Izat's teammate, it's Liv, who is about to start his lap. So this is one of the new drivers. This is someone that's in D3 right now who has the pace of D1. I really want to see what this guy can do, because he was doing phenomenal times in Monza D3 last week. And I really think he has the capabilities to come into D1 after our races in Russia this weekend. Let's see if he can do it, because if he can, I think he's going to be a competitor for the podium in some of these early races. So he's riding through turn 7 right now. Just come into Sector 2, hits turn 8, which is again a little bit more acute than a 90-degree angle there, probably about 80. Ooh, rides the throttle as he goes through turn 8 there, turn 9, I beg your pardon, and he gets early. Oh, he's a bit hesitant on the throttle there, actually. He doesn't suffer from any oversteer though. He's nice and in control of his wheel. I'm not sure if he's a wheel or controller driver actually, but if he's a controller driver, he is doing a remarkable job keeping that wheel in the right place at the right time currently. He's got two Williams in front of him. Let's hope they don't slow him down as he is approaching turn 14 in sector 3 right now. Since this is his first lap, we cannot compare how fast his sector times are, but he's just coming into what I call the red section now at turn 16, hits 17, burst of the throttle wire. WR Northman gets out of the way, thank you, turns into turn 18, takes a little bit of curve to help his car get that extra bit of rotation without suffering from oversteer. Comes through turn 20, he's half throttling all the way through, so he's got pretty decent throttle control as well. Let's see as he comes through 22, doesn't take any curbs, suffers a little bit of understeering, pushes his car wide there, but he crosses the line in second. A 1:36.198. I know this guy had pace. I think he's going to be able to improve a little bit as well. But that was a very good time for his first lap. Well done, Liv. Great to see. Let's check on the chat. We've got Shorty, Jan, Fifi, and Santu here. Thanks, guys. I don't want to mention what's Fifi saying about his party. Jan's hoping for carnage, I think, and Shorty's just giving his general motivation to the drivers. So business as usual, I suppose. Thanks, guys. So I'm going to quickly jump to Carter, who still hasn't set a lap. He is on a hot lap right now, though. So Carter's obviously fast in D1 right now. He was promoted from D3 up to D1 last week. Let's see how he gets on with his hot lap. He's going to cross the line now, and he finishes only in 8th place with a 1:38.3. And he's coming in now because he's run out of ERS, and I probably imagine he's run out of fuel as well. So that's not the kind of pace I expected from Carter there. We'll have to see if he's going to come out and do another lap, because I think he might be quite disappointed with that. Random Serious is saying that he doesn't have a setup. Oh, that's gonna make him struggle. And I just realized I haven't posted the media link as well. Apologies. Let me post that right now. So, looking back on track, we've got two Williams about to cross the line. It's Northman and Stinson's coming into the pits. Mats is staying out. He is on a hot lap right now, and he's going second fastest. He's broke the 1:36, and he set a 1:35.9, and Vilsek has also set the fastest time of a 1:38.893, so the 1:36s have been broken already. What I'm going to do is just quickly go to our Discord and check our archives just to see what the fastest D1 time was last season. Let's see if I can find it quickly. It would have been F1IR. Let's see if we can find it. There's Melbourne, there's Baku. Marina Bay, here we go. We've found it. Qualifying results for Marina Bay. The fastest time was a 1:37 on medium tyres. And that was by a D1 driver. Lika only set a 1:38 on medium tyres. So I suppose if they're going for a 50% race, which is what, we did back in F1IR, they would probably have opted for a harder compound, which is why we saw the top 5 go on mediums or hards. But if we're looking at the fastest time on mediums, that was the 1:37.8. Izat has set a 1:36.4 on medium tyres. So that's already faster. Last season, he set a 1:38.5 on hard, so we're getting faster. And I'm just going to say it now. Everyone wants me to say it at least once. I think that's because we're using no assists. There you go. I said it. So, well done, Vilsek, for setting the fastest time so far. Very impressive job. We've got Tom out on a hot lap right now, and a few more drivers on in laps, I believe. We've got Carter going around the corner. I think that's... Oh, VR is going around the corner, and he still hasn't broken that 1:40 mark, 0.7. We've got another Williams coming around now. I think that's Northman. He's coming into the pits. There we go. And that's everyone so far. So, let's just quickly jump down and see who else might be on track. Everyone's on their outlap apart from the bottom 3. So let's see where Lika is. Lika is on those mediums, and he is on a hot lap right now. He's just coming up in the middle the final sector, sorry, the middle of the final sector through 18 and 19 here. He's going through 20 right now, and this is going to be his fastest time, I believe. So let's see what he can do. And he goes 7th fastest. So let me just make sure I've got the best. So we've got Izat, Stinson, and Lika on medium tyres right now, starting in 5th, 6th, and 7th, respectively. Now, it's going to be a one-stop race. I think it's going to be long, medium stint, very long, medium stint, and then hard, and then softs for a few laps at the end. Those on softs are going to be disadvantaged if there's no safety car in the first few laps. This is going to be an interesting one. Right, I'm going to jump down to that Haas who's currently leading the pack. Who is it? It's Liv. He's on an outlap, and he's on the softs again, so he's looking to go even faster. I'm going to stick with him because it'll be interesting to see how fast he can go. And he is starting his hot lap now, so we're right on board with him. He's got his DRS open, he's got his ERS set to hot lap exactly where he needs it. Brakes at about 60 meters there. Gets a nice line all the way through 1, 2, and 3, and he's nice and early on the throttle as well, and doesn't suffer from any rear tyre slippage as he's coming out of 3 and through 4. Into 5, he doesn't take any of the curb, and he pushes his car nice and wide, wheel about a few inches only away from the wall on the outside there, and he is on a hot lap right now. Let's see what his sector 1 time is as he comes up to turn 7. He is 100th, he is 18 thousandths faster. This is going to be an impressive lap if he can keep it together. So as he's in sector 2, he's just coming through 8, and he's coming through the really fast right-hander at 9 right now, where he can get on the throttle nice and early. He kisses the wall slightly, but doesn't invalidate his lap as he is approaching turn 10 right now. Another really fast left-hander here that he gets through perfectly and cuts a bit of the corner, but doesn't invalidate. He kept at least one wheel on the track there, so well done, Liv, for that. And he's just coming through the hairpin at 13 now, or the almost hairpin. Right, let's see what his sector 2 time is as he crosses the sector 2 line on the run up to turn 14. He's a 10th down. He's a 10th down, so he's not putting in the lap he needs to right now, but he can still make it up in the final sector. So here he comes through 16, through 17. Let's see if he still kisses the curb slightly on the inside at 18. He does. He takes a bit more this time, though, and it doesn't upset his car too much. A bit more hesitant than he was last lap on these soft tyres when he's coming through 20 and 21. But he's nice and early on the throttle after 22 there, and he crosses the line, and he does improve. He set a 1:36.075. He improved. And Stinson now goes fastest with a 1:34.9. So he's broken the 1:35s. It's going to be Vilsek or it's going to be Izat who's going to challenge him. But Izat is committing to those medium tyres, I believe. You can see he's still got those mediums fitted. It's going to have to be Vilsek. He's the only one that's going to be able to challenge Stinson right now. So he's just gone through, where are we, turn 9. I just want to, so here he comes through the almost hairpin at 13. He's gone too deep there. Oh, he got a little bit too early on the throttle and it kind of bumped his car forward. It's like someone was shoving him from behind. And he crosses the line and he's still up there. He's gone purple. He's got a purple middle sector. Imagine how fast that would have been if he didn't overshoot that hairpin. Right, so he turns into 16 through 17. He has got a car in front of him. Hopefully it's far enough ahead to not upset his downforce there. He's getting close to it, though. It's super bouncy. He needs to move out of the way. He kisses the wall there, unfortunately. He's gone too deep and he's cut the corner. Oh, no. He hasn't invalidated his lap, though. He's coming into the pits. He's coming in. So it looks like Stinson's going to take this. Unlucky Vilsek, you really had the pace to attempt to get that from Stinson there. I think if you kept that together, you would have got that lap. But we've got a few more about to cross the line. It's VR. Can he improve? Oh, he's going for his hot lap now, so we'll keep an eye on VR. We've got a Williams about to cross the line. It's Stinson coming into the pits. Okay, we've got an Alpha behind him. Sorry for jumping like this, guys, but it's going to be Tom, and he's staying out. He's on his out lap, so we'll keep an eye on him as well. And then we've got Matt, who's about to come into the pits as well. So we've got Matt in the pits. We've got... Is that Carter? No, it's not Carter. We've got another Toro Rosso. It's Figgy. Figgy's on an outlap. So a lot of people on outlaps right now. I don't think Figgy's going to make it, unfortunately, because quali is now coming to an end in 3 seconds. Let's see if he... No, he's not going to make it. So there we go. So it's going to be Tom, who we need to keep an eye on. VR, who we need to keep an eye on, who says he's still on his outlap, actually, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And then we've got 2 Mercedes about to cross the line. So the first one's going to be Tommy. Tommy's only gone 9th, and Random Serious has stayed in last place in 15th, unfortunately. Now, we've got a Renault, that's Atomic, coming into the pits, and we've got a YBN, a YBN out at turn 17. That's unfortunate. Let's jump to his teammate, Super Bounty, and see if we can see what happened to YBN. Oh, his car's already been removed from the track. Sorry about that. So it's going to be Carter. Can Carter move up from 10th place somewhere a little higher? He doesn't look too comfortable around this track. And he crosses the line with a 1:37, so he did improve. He's moved up one place and he's in 9th right now. And Super Bounty has invalidated. He's coming into the pits. And we want to see how VR's getting on because he is on his hot lap. Let's see if he can improve. He was on a 1:40.7 and he crosses the line with a 1:39.2. He improved by 1.5 seconds. So good job getting that final lap in there. Now, is Tom going to upset him? Let's have a look. He's about to cross the line and he improves up to 11th. So he pushes VR back down to 13th. We've got a Haas still on track. It's Izat. Izat is on a... Oh no, he's turned his ERS all the way down. And he's going to cross the line, making sure that he doesn't set the fastest time. And he crosses the line in a weird amount of style. I think that's everyone. Yes, it is. Let's quickly check on Discord. But this is going to be an interesting race. We do have one of the fastest starting in first at Stinson, Vilsek second, and Mats in third. Yep, so we got support for Vilsek and support for Liv in the chat. Thanks, guys, for keeping the chat active. And you can see here we've got Stinson, Vilsek, Mats, Atomic, Liv, Izat, YBN, Lika, Cool Hands Carter, and Tommy making up the top 10. Now, a bit further down, we've got Tom, Bounty, VR, Eek Figgy, and Random Serious. So, this just to remind you guys, this is going to be the first race of the special event season in OFR. It's not going to be like the usual seasons that only have 10 races and then restart. We're hoping just to make this one carry on forever. And it's not just going to be in F1 either. It's going to be across F1, Grand Theft Auto, believe it or not, Dirt Rally and Rally X and Gran Turismo Sport. We've got Papa Whiskey readying up early there. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. But yeah, so next week we're hoping to have some type of special event in Japan. OFR Likala, one of our resident seniors here, he's been talking about making a special event to see kind of who's the fastest across all three games, Gran Turismo, Formula 1 and Dirt, where we have three short races from each, and the winner takes the crown. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that one works out. But we are starting now. We're just on the formation lap as these drivers pull away. It's only going to be 15 laps, but with around 2 minutes a lap, or just under 2 minutes, it's going to last around 30 minutes or just under that. So if you're just joining us now, we're doing a special event in Singapore. 2 25% races. This is the first one. Second one will be reverse grid. We've just had an 18-minute quali, and we've got a mix of D1, D2, and D3 drivers. Should be a really interesting race. Right, so my predictions for the race. We will have safety car. We haven't turned that off, even though it's 25% race. 15 laps, I reckon we're going to see 2 safety cars in the first race and 3 in the second, because let's not forget the second race is going to be light rain, so you need to stick around and make sure you watch that one, because unfortunately it could be absolute carnage. And I'm not saying I want that, I'm not saying I advocate for that, I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm just saying it could be an interesting watch. My predictions for who's going to take the win. I think Vilsek's going to take this. I think this is going to be his race. I really hope it is as well. Now, no disrespect to Stinson. I think he has a really high chance of taking this as well. I think he's the favourite to win, not just because he's starting in pole, but because of his usual immense speed, godlike reflexes, godlike application of brakes, all that kind of stuff. But I think Vilsek is just his that has just kept improving week on week on week in F1, in GTS, in every game he plays, even Call of Duty. And I feel like he's going to be one of our best in a few weeks' time. The best, possibly. He's just getting faster every day. So we're going to ride on board with Vilsek, actually, so I can get a nice view of that inside line here as we wait for these cars to get to the back of the grid. We're just waiting for Lika there to catch up. Not sure what happened to his car there. Just quickly check the stream. Here we go. Lights are up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we are away. So Vilsek actually got a pretty decent start there, you can see, but just after second gear, Stinson managed to pull away. We've got going 4 wide, 5 wide almost into turn 1. 2, we've got a Renault going really wide there. Stinson has pulled away slightly. He's half a second ahead, but Vilsek is not letting him get away. Now, we do have some cars moving all the way down the field. Let's see if we can see what's going on. Mostly clear. We've got no one spinning or anything, which is great. We've got Lika moving down 2 places. We've got a car jumping up and down there, and we've got Tommy moving down as well. Lika now down in 11th place, trying to really see what's going on here. Oof, as Lika goes really deep and almost runs into the back of Markov there. He needs to be careful, and there comes the safety car. So it must have been Liv, who is now down in 17th place. I'm not sure what happened to him, but there is a safety car. And I think I said 2. Did I say 2 or... I think I said 2 safety cars in this race, 3 in the next. So that's one of them already gone. I wish this game had a replay function so I can see exactly what happened there. But Lika had to like dodge out of the way of the back of Markov's car there, because I didn't think he realised that there was a safety car. But yeah, there is a safety car, and it's going to be out for at least 2 laps now. Everyone is still bunched up though. I'm not sure why this safety car came out, because everyone is still moving. And this is going to help out those soft tyre drivers a lot. They may want to pit now. I think that would be a good idea. Let's see who's coming into the pits as we're looking from the front. So if we could watch the replay, you'd see that the initial getaway from the top 2, Vilsek actually had the jump on Stinson all the way up to the first 2 gears, but after second, Stinson just pulled away in third, and he was gaining, I think, about 1 or 2 miles an hour on Vilsek, and that allowed him to secure the apex as they were going in. So who's coming into the pits? We've got Stinson into the pits. He started on those softs. That's Stinson in. Who else do we have? We've got Vilsek in, we've got Northman in, and we've got Izat not in because he had those medium tyres on, as you can see. So we've got 2 more guys in the pits as well. We've got Atomic in there. We've got Tom. We've got Tommy. We've got Tommy, Atomic, Stinson, Mats, YBN as well, and now Liv. So thankfully Liv won't be too disadvantaged here because he'll come out right at the back of the pack, but everyone will be bunched together, so that's the beauty of the safety car. But you can see on the right on the mini-map there how many people are in the pits right now. I think it was, let's see, 9 or 10. We had 8 people in the pits. Wow. Lika stayed out as well. What tyre did Lika start on? Oh, on the medium. So now everyone, apart from Mats, is on the medium tyre, where Mats is on the hard tyre. But the thing is as well is that these tyres are going to be evenly matched now. So everyone who didn't pit only has 1 lap, well, it only has 1 lap extra wear. So depending on how long these mediums last, they could be in for a surprise when they start to pit and realise how close the guys behind are to them. But they will be on faster tyres at the end of the race, let's not forget that. So it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be very interesting indeed. So Izat's leading on 1 lap old medium tyres. He has caught up to the safety car. Right, so Liv is still catching up to the back of the pack. He's not quite there yet. Oh, we've got Papa Whiskey picking up a penalty for a collision with Lika. That's not what he wants. That's 5-second penalty now that he will have to serve in the pits because he still needs to pit. Let's not forget that. And is the safe? I didn't see the notification that the safety car was coming in, and it doesn't look like it is because they haven't allowed it to get away. So it's going to be one more lap. Oh no, as Liv cuts the corner there. And the safety car's still out, so there's going to be one more lap behind this safety car. Let's check on the chat. Ralph, nice to meet you. Shorty's prediction for fastest lap is Stinson a 1:38.1. Interesting. Let's see if that comes to fruition. The gap of safety cars is 2 in 25. Oh, the cap of safety cars is 2 in 25%. Ah, so you can only have 2. Okay, thanks for that, Santu. So I suppose I'll just go with 2 in both races then. Liz picks up a penalty for a collision with Carter as well. It's not going well for him. Santi's put his money on Liv, but now he's picked up that penalty. Don't think he's going to be happy with that. Everyone needs to box, Santi said. Yeah, you were right, but some of them didn't. And Shorty doesn't understand why the safety car is even out. Neither do I. I think it was Liv who spun, but he still managed to pull away. But he must have been stationary on track for a bit too long, and that made the safety car come out. So that's probably why. Let's hope it comes in this lap. We will know in 3 corners' time. So they're just coming up to the hairpin at 13. And as they cross the Sector 2 end line, start of Sector 3 line, we will know if the safety car's coming in. So here we go. There we go. Safety car in this lap. So let's see if Izat has the skill to get away from Figgy. Now, Figgy is a D3 driver. He wasn't D2 but got demoted, but he is not a slow driver. And he can be quite clever and sometimes too. Let's wait and see. So the safety car's got away, and we've not even got to turn 18 yet. So Izat being very careful when he's going to accelerate. I reckon he's going to do it just after turn 21. I think that's why he's slowing everyone down now. But the safety car's only just coming out of turn 21 now. So he needs to be a bit slower if he's going to blast the throttle as soon as he gets through 21. Let's see if he's going to do it. No, he's not doing it. That would have been the obvious thing. And look, he's caught Figgy out almost there. So when's he going to go? He's switched his ERS to high, as you can see. He's going to wait till the final 2 corners, and he's going now as he approaches 22. So he is away. Did he catch Figgy out? Yes, he did. But Figgy's not too far behind, though. Now, looking a bit further down, we got a big crash a bit further down. Vilsack has spun. Unfortunately, Vilsack is right at the back right now, and we've got VR spinning as well. Oh, no. Don't say there's another safety car. No, it's just a yellow flag, thankfully, and these 2 cars are going to be racing again. Now, they do have reduced damage, so you won't see a loss of too much front wings, but it looks like both of these drivers have lost both of their end plates there. Unfortunate. And Izat is in the lead, pulling away from Figgy. So let's see if there's any more changes. There's a bit of a battle going on right now, I think, between Lika. No, it's not Lika, it's a bit further down. Let's just jump down and see if we can see who it is. Oh, it's one of the Williams. It's Stinson battling Papa Whiskey. Stinson's going to get a better exit when he comes out of turn 8 there, and he's already made that move on Papa Whiskey already. Stinson up to 6th place on those 1 lap fresher tyres. Let's not forget, he has pitted, and he's going to be targeting Lika right now as well. Now, I'm going to jump down all the way to Tom because he is super close. There's a big battle going on here. You can see a snake almost of drivers as they are going through this really tricky part of the track, coming up to the almost hairpin at 13. Oh, we've got an undertake there by Carter. Oh, an atomic spun. Almost. Atomic manages to keep it out of the wall, thankfully, and Carter makes that move on him look very easy. I've not seen a move like that in a while. You're going to have to go all the way back to F1 IR, possibly in Abu Dhabi, to see an overtake like that. Well done, Carter. Now, moving down, we've got Lib moving up and Papa Whiskey moving down. Doesn't look like Papa Whiskey's getting too much well, he doesn't look like he has too much confidence on this track, I should say. Look how far Izat is away now from the lead. Looking at the track map on the right, he's gone through 23 before. Figgy even gets to 22. Ooh, bit of contact there, and he pushes him wide. Papa Whiskey just pushed YBN Steven slightly. Oh no, it was the other way round, I beg your pardon. That's unfortunate, and Vilsek's now moved up to 15th place. So, Atomic's dropped down into the pits. Atomic is in the pits. And we've got... that's the only driver in the pits right now. So I'm going to jump back up to the lead and see. Figgy's dropped all the way down. Let's see if I can catch him. What's going on with Figgy? He's spun. That's what's happened to Figgy. He needs to be careful. He's going to get DSQ'd if he stays there for too long. He's managed to pull away. He's hit the rear of his car. Can he pull away? Yes, he's pulled away, so he's not been DSQ'd, but he's all the way down in 15th place right now. And now we've got a battle going on between Stinson and Super Bounty. Super Bounty almost closing up to the rear of him. He was just 7 tenths behind, but now that gap has jumped above 1 second. And there's still a very big battle going on for P5 right now. We've got Leaker 7 tenths by P4, sorry. We've got Leaker 7 tenths behind Markov in P4. We've got Tommy 8 tenths behind Leaker, and then we've got Carter 1 second behind, and then Tom 1.4 seconds behind. So I'll stick with these guys for now until I see some gaps going a little bit slower. Ooh, but Markov's hit the wall, and it looks like Markov may have lost an end plate there. Let's have a look. Yes, he's lost his front right end plate. That's going to be extremely tricky as he's coming through these left-handers, especially in Sector 3 where you need as much downforce as possible. But look how close Tommy is to the back of Leaker right now, almost looking down the inside as they were approaching into turn 16 there, but deciding against it and taking the safer option. He's going to wait until he can definitely pounce. Carter is now gaining on the back of these. He's looking down the inside. Carter is, goes a little bit deep there, but manages to avoid a collision. We're going to stick with these guys again because it's a lot is going on. We've got DRS on now as well as we get into lap 6. That's because of the safety car there, as Stinson sets the fastest lap. Now we've got Leaker about to make a move on Markov, I think. He's not got DRS yet because it's activated only this lap. He will have it though, as he goes through the detection zone shortly. Let's see if he's close enough. Oh, he's hit the back of Markov. He's pushed Markov wide, and he's not going to be able to give that position back because everyone else is too close behind. Oh, he has. He's given that position back. Well done there, Leaker. But he is going to have DRS now, I believe. Markov's gone wide. And yeah, Leaker sneakily gets the DRS there. Markov's not going to be too happy with that. But Tommy and Carter are battling as well. Three-way battle, in fact. Tom is getting involved in this. Tom's looking down the inside of Carter, and he pushes Carter wide there, and Tom spins. Oh no! Unfortunately there, Tom. Let's hope you can get back to the track safely. Get that car turned around. Well done, and away you go. So we're going to jump back up because this gap between 6th place and 7th is still pretty tight, and we've got an even tighter gap between Tommy and Markov right now as well. Tommy looking down the inside, Markov going deep again, and he's hit the wall. Markov has hit the wall. He's lost so much of his wing there. He's going to have to pit. He's going to have to come into the pits and put on some medium tyres, I believe. Oh, he can't put on the mediums unless he wants to pit twice because he's going to have to go again. So hards. Looks like it's going to be hards for him. So I'm going to jump up to Vilsek, who's managed to come all the way up from last now. So he started in 2nd, he went down to last, and he is now in 9th place. I told you this guy was quick. We've got a yellow in 2 and 3, but it looks like that's cleared now. It's Carter. Carter spun. And Markov overtakes Carter. There we go. So Markov's got that position back, but Markov's going to have to pit, remember. So right now, he's just slowing Carter down. We're going to jump back up to this gap here because it is still very close between Vilsek and Random Series in 7th place. This is a hell of a race so far, isn't it, guys, who are watching? Give us a like. He's just coming through 20 and 22 now and 23. Vilsek is so close behind, he's going to get DRS as well on Random Series. But Random gets it too. Random's gone really deep there, actually, and this is going to allow Vilsek to close right up. He's going to get DRS again as they cross the detection zone there. He was within a second. And he's got a far better exit coming out of turn 5 as well. He's going to get the overtake done now, possibly just after turn 6. There's turn 6 there, really slight right-hander. He's looking down the inside, and he's going to have to concede that position. Unlucky Random, but great work by Vilsek, taking advantage of that DRS there. Now I'm going to jump back up to Liv and Tommy. Look at Liv as well, all the way from last, all the way up to 5th place. Liv and Vilsek are the underdogs right now who could potentially win this race. Let's see if they can do it. So Liv is just trailing 3 tenths behind Tommy right now. Liv D3, Tommy D1. And let's just stick with these guys for now. We've got yellow in sector 3. Who is it? Who is it? It's Red Bull. It's Papa Whiskey. He needs to be careful. He's retired from the session. Ew, interesting. So we're going to jump back up to Liv and Tommy. Just coming through turn 17 there. approaching 18 and 19. Ooh, bit of contact between these drivers there. Liv getting a little bit aggressive. And he's right behind now. He's going to have DRS as well. Look at the speed advantage. Let's just quickly check it. 183. He's about 10 miles an hour faster. Into turn 1. Ooh, Tommy's squeezing him there. Liv's not going to be happy, but he's a sensible guy. He's going to get back on that throttle and make sure he can get the overtake done into turn 6 or 7. He's going to have DRS again as they get through 5. Ooh, Tommy got a little bit of a better exit there, but let's see if the DRS can help him. It looks like it can. He's gaining. He is gaining. Tommy shows him the inside line. Liv going around the outside as he broke a bit too late. It looks like he hasn't. Actually, he manages to keep it in, but Tommy manages to fight back there. Big battle going on between these two guys right now. Really clean racing, almost as clean as it can be, which is also great to see too. Come on, guys. Let's see if we can get this overtake done. Let's see if we can keep this great racing here. This is amazing to watch right now. Absolutely amazing. Ooh, Liv. Oh, bit of contact between them again. Oh, and Liv spun Tommy. Tommy's not going to be happy with that. Doesn't look like Liv's going to concede that position. I'm going to leave that now and jump down to Vilsek. Oh, we got... Is that another driver out? We got yellow in sector 2. It's a Williams. Is that Stinson? No, it's not Stinson. It's his teammate. It's Mats. Mats has come off and hit the wall. Ooh, he's lost a fair few winglets and an end plate there as well. This is not going to be good for Mats. He's going to have to pit again. He's not going to be able to get around this track with 2 winglets missing. And I'm going to jump back up to Carter again, because he's really close behind Random Serious right now, and Tom is close behind him as well. So Carter looking a bit impatient here as Random is choosing a very good defensive line there. Oh, and Carter's ran into the back of him. Random's gone really deep there. Liv's picked up a 5-second penalty, and Carter's gone a little bit deep as well. How's Tom? Tom is now right on the back of Carter, and because of Random's defense... Oh, Carter looking down the inside. Oh, Tom looking down the inside. He's cut the corner. He's going to get DRS now as well, but so is Carter because he was within 1 second of the car in front. But Tom's got speed advantage here. Let's see if he can outbrake him. Oh, Carter pushes him wide slightly there. Again, some great racing between these two. But now Tom has actually overtaken Carter, and he squeezes Carter against the wall. Carter's lost an end plate. Oh my goodness. That was a bit aggressive. I wonder if we're going to hear about that. But that looks like it for now. So I'm going to jump down to Figgy. Oh, and look at that. Just as I jump down to him, he spins. He was battling with his teammate VR right there, but it looks like Figgy came out worse as they were going through turn 3, I believe that is. Yeah, it is. I wonder what happened to Figgy there. Now, everyone is still looking a bit spaced out. I've got a notification on Discord. I'm quickly going to check that, see if it's something to do with the league. Oh, it's Castle. Do you want me to join commentary? Yeah, Castle, if you could join for the second race, that would be fantastic. It would be great to have you here. Let's just quickly check on the chat while people are spaced apart as well. Stinson is just from another world. Yeah, he's super quick. He's coming to the pits. Stinson's in the pits, and he's come on to those soft tyres. Look how far ahead he is from Tommy, though. He's 30 seconds ahead. Tommy is... Oh, he might get overtaken by Tommy here. Oh, there comes Stinson out of the pits. It's going to be a battle from the pit lane. Tommy's overtaken him. Is Vilsek overtaking him too? No. Oh, Vilsek's looking around the outside. But Stinson's going to be on fresh softs right now. He's going to be so quick. I think he knew he wasn't going to win this race because... Oh, he might actually. Oh, no, he's at the pit as well. As I was looking at Discord, these guys have come into the pits and I've missed it completely. Sorry about that, guys. But there's a big pit strategy war going on right now. And Stinson's just jumped Tommy. And he could gain on Super Bounty. He could. Let's see if he can. So, Vilsek is still very close behind Tommy. Carter picks up a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane exit line. So much drama going on in this race. And VR and Liv are pretty close together as well, but their gap is just edged out a bit as they went through turn 3, so I'll leave that for now. I want to keep an eye on Vilsek to see if he can make a move. I've not seen much of Lika either in this race. He's currently in 10th place on 3-lap old softs. Not really sure what happened to him. This has been a really entertaining race so far. Really entertaining. So guys, in the who are watching, do you think Stinson's going to be able to chase down Super Banty? Yes or no? Let me know what you think. Oh, we've got an incident between Liv. Oh no! I don't think Liv's consistency is great around here. He did mention that he's not raced Singapore in a very long time. He's been in last, he's been in third, he's been in last, he's been in fifth, and now he's down in 14th place. Let's hope he can pick it back up with 5 laps to go. And let's jump up to Atomic, who's really close behind the back of Random right now. We're about to see a move here as Random comes into the pits. And Atomic is going to stay out and take 7th place. Bounty's pitted now, actually. Bounty has pitted, so Stinson's moved up to 2nd place. So now the question is Stinson going to be able to hunt down Izat 12 seconds down in 5 laps? Well, less than 5 laps. What is the fastest lap now, Shorty ass? I will tell you. Fastest lap is a 1:38.1. No, is that what you guessed it would be? Let's have a look. You scroll up in the chat. Where is it? Where is it? A 1:38.1. That's what you guessed. Let's see if Izak can improve on that. But good guess. My goodness. So I'm gonna jump back to the interval just to see who's closest on track. Vilsek and Tommy are pretty close. We're going to stick with these guys. VR and Markov are also close as well, but I will stick with these. We've got a yellow in Sector 3. Not sure who that is. It looks like everyone's still moving in Sector 3, so I'm going to stick with Vilsek and see if he can make a move, as he's just gone through turn 13 there, approaching 14 in Sector 3. He's still really close behind. And as they get to the left, right, left of Sector 3, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 and 21, he's going to want to stay as close as possible to try and get an overtake done before he gets to turn 1. And he is doing everything he needs to right now, Vilsek is. He's braking early, he's turning his ERS down, he's making sure he doesn't lose out on speed when he's coming out of the corners with the lack of downforce into the corners. And he has closed that gap right up, as you can see, getting a bit of understeer there. But he is really close behind. I don't think it's going to be into turn 1. Oh, maybe, no, it's not going to be into turn 1, but it will be into turn 6. So let's stay with him and see if he can do it. He just needs to make sure he's within a second as he goes through the detection zone at turn 4. He is so far. He is within a second. And he will be as they go through the detection zone now. He's dropped back a bit, though. He's going to need a big boost of ERS and DRS to get this done. Tommy just had a better exit through 1, 2 and 3 there. Far better, in fact, and Vilsek has not been able to close that down. Do you think Vilsek's going to get a podium? Or is Tommy going to secure it? Now, we've got a battle going on between the McLarens right now as well, of YBN Steven and Super Bounty. They are just coming through. Where are they? Turn 8 or 9 there? Turn 9. And they're just under they're just over a second now, so that gap's extended a bit, so I won't keep my eye on that for now. I will quickly check on VR though, because it looks like he is pretty close to the back of a car as well. Markov's in front of him. 2 D2 drivers battling it out here. Great to see. He's managing to keep that gap closed. He may be able to get something done. I am going to quickly jump back up to Vilsek though, because he's got it below half a second right now. Now he needs to get a better exit out of 3 in order to close that gap down, because that's where Tommy, you can see, he just has a far better exit. Let's see what his ERS strategy is like. He's keeping it in low, whereas Vilsek was already in medium, I think, as he was coming through turn 3. But he is really close behind now. He's going to be getting frustrated. He needs to get this overtake done quickly. They're on the same tyres too, 11 lap old mediums. We got a yellow in sector 3. Who is it? It's a Mercedes. It's not Tommy. That means it's going to be random. He's back up to speed now. But Markov and VR. VR's closed that gap to just 0.3 of a second here. We've got a yellow in sector 2. Big battle going on between Vilsek and Tommy still. And now Atomic's joined in on that battle. And we'll jump back up to that though, because it looks like Atomic's about to pounce. Vilsek hasn't managed to get the overtake done, and that's going to allow Atomic to close up as they approach turn 14 in sector 3 here. Atomic's lost 1.3 seconds on his fastest time there. Look how close he's behind Vilsek here. Vilsek switching to a defensive strategy now, as you can see, taking a different line as he was when he was attacking Tommy. He's now having to both attack and defend, and that's going to kind of neutralize his race right now. They're separated from with less than a second. It's just 0.8 separates these three right now. Vilsek goes deep. Atomic has to lift, and Atomic overtakes. Oh, not yet. Not yet. He's just got the overtake done now, but will he be able to keep it through 1, 2, and 3? He manages to jump back to that racing line, and he does keep it. So now Atomic could be in for a podium. He's going to be able to get him here with the DRS. Look how much he's catching him. Tommy is cleverly choosing that inside line. That is the correct thing to do there. Oh, Atomic has to get off the line there because he was getting squeezed slightly. Vilsek's not going to be able to take advantage of that, but look at that. Stinson, 0.6 now on Izat. Where did that come from? Thanks, Shorty, for pointing that out. Battle for the win. Stinson took out 5 or 6 seconds in 3 laps. Let's see if Stinson can do it. We have been waiting for 1.5 seasons, almost 2 seasons, to see these guys come to blows on the track. And I mean that in terms of hard racing. And we are finally seeing this in a special event right now. I am going to stick with these two because these are the big dogs. You know, these are who you want to see. This is the Hamilton, the Rosberg. This is what you want to watch. Who is going to take this win? Stinson has managed to close down 5 seconds in 3 laps. He is still taking time out of Izat. Shorty's in the chat saying this photo finish was staged. It may have been. It may have been. Yep, Castle, you know what I mean. Hard racing. That's all I mean. That's all I mean. Maybe a bit of tyre contact. That's all. Oh, he's chosen the inside. Stinson's chosen the inside, but he's not got the overtake done. I thought it could have broke a little bit later there. Stinson is there. Oh, he's touched him. He's touched him. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's waiting for him, though. Stinson's waiting for him. He's going to let him pass. That is very gentlemanlike of Stinson there. Yeah, there you go. He's going to get in front, but has he lost? He's lost an end plate. So Stinson, I don't think Stinson's going to perform an overtake now, knowing that he's got wing damage, unfortunately. So, we didn't get the photo finish that we wanted, but we did see some very professional and very gentlemanly driving here. So, well done for the top 2. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 3. It's not Figgy, it's his teammate. It's VR. He's slowing down a bit, but he's back up to speed now. Now, we are probably going to see a photo finish, though, between these guys. I'm sure Stinson's going to let him take the win for making that, causing damage on his wing. But he'll probably want to finish side by side as much as he possibly can. Now, I'm going to jump down because Vilsek is just 0.5 behind Tommy. I'm going to jump back up because these two are still going at it. They're about to cross the line on lap 15. Stinson looking down the inside. He's gone for it. Stinson's gone for it. But he's going to let Izat take it. And they come to blows as they cross the line. Well done, guys. Really professional racing from you two. That's really nice to see. Let's see if Vilsek can do anything on Tommy. I don't think he's going to be able to. But Atomic, let's not forget Atomic. He's going to take his podium here in OFR for the special event. You can see the fireworks going off. Well done, Atomic. I think that could be your first 3rd place in the F1. Well done. Tommy finishes them. Vilcek jumps them both because of penalties. Vilcek got the podium. Oh my goodness. They say it couldn't be done, and he did it. Oh my goodness. Well done, Vilcek, keeping your cool on track there. He was in last place at one point, and he moved up to third. Lika takes 6th place. Bounty takes 7th. Tom's just coming around now to finish in 8th place. And Carter's going to be driving very slowly for some reason. What's going on here? Okay, this is an interesting end to the race. Okay, Northman jumps them. Really not sure what's going on there, but anyway, Markov's going to be the... Where's Liv? No, Markov, Liv, and VR are going to be the last ones to cross the line. Oh, and look at that. Liv jumps him. But Markov gets the position back because of some penalties. And last but not least, to cross the line, he's not going to finish in last place though, is going to be VR. D2 driver, first time in Singapore, racing in Singapore possibly. So, you know, well done for keeping it together and not DNFing, first of all. You are out of the points, but another solid race from you. VR is another one of our up-and-coming drivers who's started in D3, he's been promoted into D2. He is getting faster every week. And he's helping to actually make a website for OFR right now as well. So props to VR. Congratulations for taking that final, well, being the final one to cross the line there. So guys, the next race is going to start in about 5-10 minutes. So make sure you tune in for that as well. Castle should be joining me for commentary. So I'll invite him to the party. And yeah, there's going to be rain. Let us not forget that. There is going to be rain. So let's wait and see what happens there. I'll tell you what, I'll keep the stream on actually, and I'll just mute my microphone and just have a chat with Castle so you guys can, you know, see what goes on behind the scenes. But anyway, well done guys. Be back shortly. Hey, just let you know the stream is still running, so yeah. How you doing? Yeah, not bad, thanks. Really interesting race. First race was great. Oh wow. So that was right at the beginning. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, so we've got D3 settings actually, so we've got reduced damage on, so that may be a factor, but still, it was Wait, when? Was that like F1 IR or was that another league race? Ah, okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Well, how's the GTS training going too? Nice. Oh really? Oh, oh, okay. That's gonna be great. Brands Hatch is one of my favourite tracks ever, so I'm really looking forward to commentating on it. Maybe next season, if there's space for me in the team, I could race there as well. That'd be great. Yeah, I'm really bad at GTS though, so. Fair enough. Fair enough. So there's going to be light rain, I think, in the middle, the middle sector of this race. I think that's what Stinson decided. Yeah. So there's going to be, there's going to be at least 2 pit stops, at least, plus the extra one. So, yeah. Oh, that could happen actually, because if it's only going to be for 5 laps, they might not have to pit. Oh yeah. Oh man, this is going to be so fun to watch. Right, so I think we've got 2 extra drivers that have joined us. Larvsesh and they're D2 drivers. They couldn't make the first race, but they will make the second, thankfully. So it's going to be an even fuller grid. Predictions. So I think that was because the top, 3rd and 4th had penalties, but I think it was finished 5-6 seconds behind, so they must have had at least 2-3 second penalties, or a 5 and a 3, because he jumped those. I was saying that at the beginning that I think Vilsack could have won that race, but he was last on lap 5, I think, and he managed to get all the way back. Yeah, I'm just gonna send Stinson an invite so we can help him do the grid. Give me a second. Stinson, where are you? There we go. Commentary. Where is he? Host discussion. There we go. Are you there, Stinson? Oh, hello. How you doing? Yeah, not too bad. Great finish there. Oh yeah, it was so action-packed. It was. I'm really excited that it's kind of 2 25% races, so we can have a bit of a breather and then yeah, jump in. It's really good. Okay, so ready when you are for the grid. Papa Whiskey left, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Unfortunate. Okay. So, did you want me to read it out to you, or are you okay to? Oh goodness. And can you just remind the viewers what the weather's going to be like here? Oh, so light rain at the beginning. Oh, very nice. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yep. That's actually something that we're going to be doing next season. We're going to try it out in the last 2 races of this season, both for GTS and Formula One. And then if it goes well, then we're going to be doing it next season. Oh, sorry. Figgy's last, then random series. So Figgy should be in first. Okay, go ahead. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Okay, well, good luck with the race. Yeah, make sure you do the weather. This is going to be amazing. So in a 25% race, is there only 2 options for the weather, like A and B, or is there 3? Ah, okay, so there's only 2. Okay, sounds good. All right, good luck with the race, and see you afterwards. Yep, good luck. Yeah, you too. Bye bye. You guys. Oh, Castle, your audio is not being shared. Oh, damn it! All of this great inside info has just gone to waste. Yeah, so if you get... let me... They still can't hear you. Let me check if it's me. It might be me. No, still can't hear it. Yeah, so I've got mine set to sharing a party, so it should be there. I'm not sure why it's not coming through.
Hey, can you guys hear me now? Hey. I changed it to always allow. So you guys should be able to hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you too. This is good. This is good.
Hey, perfect. That's good. Okay.
Right, so let's give the guys the go-ahead to ready up.
Also, I didn't know you can stream on YouTube in 1080p 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Wow.
Excited about that.
How did you get that working?
So we'd always streamed on Twitch. We'd never considered streaming on YouTube, so we just went straight to Twitch, and then I think it's the PS4 Pro that I have that allows you to do 1080p.
That's it right there. Yeah. I have the Slim. It's maxed out at 720p.
Oh.
Not the output of the console, but just for sharing and broadcasting and stuff.
Got it.
Thanks, Lex, for the tip. All right. Well, then we are ready to go. At least I am.
Yeah, me too. Everyone's readying up now. This is going to be absolutely great. So there's no quali. There's a reverse grid. So the slowest guys from the last race are going to be starting first, and the fastest guys are going to be starting last. And we're going to have light rain at the beginning of the race.
Oh,
safety car predictions. How many do you reckon?
I'll guess 2. 2 seems to be pretty good for the rain, considering, and the transition is going to be very tricky to time.
Oh, indeed. This is going to be fantastic. So there was a discussion between the admin of F1 to suggest having Gwendolyn choose the weather for each segment of the race randomly, because when you're racing in the 50% races, it's either just like one half of the race is dry and the other half's wet. It's not really any in between. But if we do the whole Gwendolyn thing, it could be dry, wet, dry. It could be wet, wet, dry, wet, dry, dry, and so on. It could add a whole new dynamic. And if the drivers know at the start of the week, it would force them to practice in all conditions, instead of them all just practicing in dry and then showing up to a wet race.
That's for sure. Yeah. In my opinion, I don't think the weather should be something that's publicly broadcasted prior to the race.
Okay.
I feel like that's something that the drivers should need to practice for and be ready for whatever opportunity they may be able to do. Because if half the grid doesn't practice the wet and the other half does, there's going to be that advantage because they practiced it. They put in the time to be able to be good at that. However, I do know that some drivers may not have all the time in the world, despite us being the current situation that we are in the world.
I understand. I think I think you've got a good point there. I think it would be better to kind of keep it. So do you know how in GTS how we do the whole night race, day race choice at the last minute? Yeah, something like that. I think that's a good idea. We'll take that on board. We'll run it by the admin, and see what happens. So
you mean you?
No, well, there's Lex, there's Maximus.
It's true.
And then for the GTS, it's actually Mary and Bagpuss.
Yeah. All right. So the cars are on the grid. And they're off for the formation lap. Let me adjust the.
Right, so we've got Figgy starting in. So Figgy's not actually a slow driver. I think he's struggling with a bit of consistency around Singapore. But and actually, to be fair, I don't think he's going to pull away too quickly from the pack behind, especially if there's a safety car. And I think he may get jumped by Liv, Carter, possibly YBN and Northman quite early on. But he's definitely going to put up a fight. He's not a driver just to move out of the way immediately.
Definitely.
I've never seen him in the rain, actually. I don't think I've ever raced with them in the rain either. So this could be his first wet race in OFR.
It's possible.
Interesting.
But him starting P1, he's going to have the clean air to just as a Mercedes. It goes into the wall.
That's the wet track.
There it is.
Straight into
and they're not even pushing yet.
Oh no!
But yeah, with Nick having just clean air and just the whole road ahead of him, he might be able to pull a gap before Izzy and Young Stinson are able to catch up to him.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Now, the back of the pack, we've got Larv Session BWAT, so they're two new D2 drivers. Both of them are currently on the grid. I don't know what happened with them, but I think they might have spun or something. They're both on the grid, and they're starting in last place because they didn't attend the first race. They're going to be quite out of position because it's a lot of fast guys at the back, slow guys in front, and I don't think they've even done a lot of Singapore practice either, so they may get left behind in this race too. Moving up a bit, we've got Izat, Stinson, and Vilsek, the top three from the last race. Again, I've seen Stinson and Vilsek in the rain, and they are both very, very good. I've not seen Izat in the rain recently, so I can't quite recall how good he is there. One person that I know is good in the rain is Super Bounty. He absolutely dominated a Canada D2 race in the rain last season, made a mockery of us all. And and Markov too. Markov is another great driver who's very good in the rain. So everyone is out of place right now, and I think that's going to make this race a lot more exciting.
Definitely. And here, especially since it's starting on the rain, the timing to go into the pits for the slicks is going to be everything, because I had a Singapore race that started just like this. However, it was a 50% race as opposed to a 25. Pitting at just the right time, I had a 15-second gap to second place. So timing is going to be the key factor in getting those gaps.
So is it ever safe to come into the pits whilst it's... So, sorry, what I'm trying to ask is, do they have to wait till it stops raining and then the track dries out? Or could they potentially come in whilst the rain is just starting to come in?
Correct, yeah, it can still be raining and the slicks can be faster.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's going to make it really, really sketchy. But as soon as you know you have the grip, you can just send it.
Okay, so here we go. We've got the lights now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. I can hear the drivers over-revving their engines, and we are away. Oh, Random Sirius gets a bit of a slow start there, and Liv has already jumped him. We've got drivers going 5 wide into turn 1. There's 5 cars side by side. They've narrowed down into 2 and 3 and 4. A Mercedes spinning across the track, and McLaren getting collected there, unfortunately. And we've got no safety car yet. There is no safety car, and Figgy is still in the lead with Liv just half a second behind him.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, there's so many change of positions. It's so hard to tell where everyone is.
Yeah, we've got Random dropping down 6. We've got YBN at the back now dropping down 11 places, and Tommy in 17th dropping down 5. So the top 4 current, well, from 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, they all jumped at least 1 position at the start. Good on them. And we've got yellow in sector 2. Is that Stinson? It might be.
Might be Tommy.
Oh, there we go.
It's
Random and Mats, unfortunately. They came into contact with each other.
Yeah, and Mats has left end plate damage as a Red Bull goes off.
That's Markov. That's Markov.
Markov. Yep. Oh, man.
We've not even got to the 3rd sector yet, and we've already seen 8 crashes.
Liv goes up into 1st.
Oh, he's jumped Figgy. Congratulations,
Liv.
He
went wide at the hairpin.
Well, let's see if he can maintain this lead. If not, if so, we've got another pretty decent wet weather driver.
Oh man, Nicky is not giving Carter an inch on the track.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's an aggressive driver. He has the race drive. Oh, we got Tom going really wide.
Both Alphas with end plate damage for Nick.
And that's allowed VR to jump up into 3rd place now. Well done, VR. Let's see if he can keep that one. Atomic's up 8 places and 5th as well.
Oh man, dude, sector 3. There's 4 cars under the bridge. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Indeed.
Everything is up in the air. Atomic is up 9 positions, and so is Izat.
Look at Vilsek as well, up 8. And then where Stinson hasn't managed to get the advantage like the other 2 drivers.
He's only up 4.
He's in 11th place right now. So I must say, Stinson has... So, yeah, just put this out there. Stinson designed this special event for this week. And so far, it has been great. He's not put a foot wrong. The extra weather, dynamicness, the 225% races, this is all allowed for such great racing. So, well done, Stinson. I'm going to jump down to last place right now and move up slowly until I see a battle. So there's a 4-way battle going on now for 10th place. Figgy's all the way down in 10th now. And from Super Bounty down, there's a 7-car train currently going through Sector 1.
Wow.
We've got Mercedes going side by side. One of them about to perform an overtake. No, he backs out of it and tucks in behind, unfortunately. And Liv is a second ahead of Carter right now, and Carter's 2.1 seconds ahead. I think he's a bit more actually. I think the timing screen's messed up a bit because Carter is more than 2.6 seconds ahead of VR right now. He's doing a good job holding on to 3rd place and fending off the D1 driver of Atomic.
Atomic has actually gone up
10 places. He's just VR's come down.
Ooh.
VR's getting messy.
As Atomic goes wide.
You jinxed him.
I'm sorry, Atomic.
There's an Alpha behind him now as well.
Oh my goodness, it's Nick.
Almost a big pileup.
Wow.
Almost a big pileup.
Wow. Oh, and there's a Mercedes spun round.
It's Tommy.
Random
Tommy spun.
serious.
I think it's Tommy.
Oh, it was
Tommy. Yeah, he's now in last place.
Wow. Wow.
Virtual safety car. So that's one safety car already, if we count virtuals. And we've got Figgy spinning it
Cool
again.
Hands hits the wall at turn 18.
Has he got
I don't know
damage?
if he got any. I don't think so. I think he's still good.
Lucky
Yeah,
him.
he's still good. Oh man, yeah, that was a real close one. And Izzy is already up into third place.
Look at that, 13 places in 3 laps.
In 3 laps in the rain.
Bravo, Izat. Oh my goodness. Just want to give a quick shout out to Santi, Shorty, Jan, Lex, and there was one other person in the chat right now. Thanks for keeping this chat going. We've also got a lot of views for this special event as well. It's a great way to start this special event season. I was saying earlier that this special event season is not going to be the usual 10-race season. It's actually just going to go on forever for the entirety of OFR. So there'll be a constant OFR long championship that they'll be fighting for. And it will be across different divisions too. So there'll be GTS races, dirt races, Formula 1 races, everything.
Everyone's going in.
Yeah.
Is it
really
going
fun.
to share the championship standings across the different games? So is it like best driver overall sort of thing? Or?
Yeah, so that's what Leica wanted to do as a special event. Actually, he wanted to do a special event with 3 short races, 1 in dirt, 1 in F1, and 1 in GTS, and then the winner of that special event will be crowned the best overall driver or something, you know. So that's what Leica was thinking. But in terms of maintaining points, we've kind of kept the F1 points across all different games. So if you notice in GTS, we're giving 25% points to the top driver and so on. So hopefully it will be maintained.
Tom goes right at the hairpin.
Yeah, I'm actually watching them right now.
Yes, that's what I'm on as well.
Stinson's about to. I think Stinson's peaking. He's peaking. He's side by side, and he's got an overtake done. I know the light rain's only for half of this race. Oh, Tom dives down the inside. Almost collects Stinson. And there's a yellow in 2 and 3.
Vilsack was in the wall.
Oh, Vilsack is he's up to 7th player.
I think he's got end plate damage and winglet damage.
Oh
wow.
no, he's going to have to pit.
That's unfortunate.
I wonder if it's going to be worth just staying out until this rain comes in. I don't think so, because there's at least another 4 laps with this rain, right?
I'd probably guess about that much. However, while you get understeer with it, I've noticed that at Germany, I sometimes can drive better when I have slight wing damage because the car reacts better when you understeer in the rain as opposed to oversteer.
Oh, really?
So it might just play into his hands to keep going until the rain stops.
Interesting. Okay, so we've got another yellow in Sector 3. I'm going to quickly jump down to this gap. Sorry for jumping like this, guys. I'm going to jump up to Markov because there's a big battle going on. He's in a Mercedes sandwich right now. He's looking to make a move on Random Series. His Random Series gets really messy into 1 and 2. He cuts the corner, picks up a 3-second time penalty there for cutting the corner. So he must have done that at least a few times. Markov's not managed to close him down, but he will. Oh, Atomic's in the pits, and he's picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Random Series almost comes into contact with the wall, and now Markov's going to make that move because he has a far better exit out of turn 5 there. Let's see if he can do it. Be what's left. Oh, Markov spun! Oh, no!
Oh, that is a bad collision. Wow.
I don't know how he's managed to not DNF his car there. He's lost 3 winglets and an end plate. Ooh.
Oh, man. Did he just catch too much oversteer on that kink?
Yeah, I think he understeered into the outside of the wall actually whilst he was trying to make the overtake, and then he just whacked the wall and that caused the spin.
Catching too much dirty air behind the car. It can just send you out wide.
And YBN is now just less than half a second behind Lavsesh, sorry. So these two are going to be racing. They've just gone through turn 13 actually, so it's going to be tricky for him to overtake through the final sector. But if he can keep close behind, he may be able to make a move at turn 1 or 6.
Oh, as Liv is in the wall as well. He's going down.
Yeah, he's in 10th place now.
Oh, is Random Series as well, right after him.
Oh, and Atomic, I think that's Atomic. He's spun at turn 6. He's against. Let me just quickly jump to him. Sorry for jumping, guys.
Right after turn 5.
Oh, he's stuck in the wall. Is he?
Yeah. Oh no, he's good. He's getting back on track, but he does have major wing damage. He has.
Oh, he's spinning. Oh, he's put the mediums on. He's put the mediums on.
Oh, is DRS even enabled?
It stopped raining. I didn't even notice that. The track looks bone dry almost. When did that happen?
Oh yeah. Cool Hands Carter is in the pits for slicks. Many people are pitting.
So looking at Atomic's on-track behaviour right now, I would say he is not quite ready for slicks. He's getting oversteer out of every single corner, even the fast ones. He's not managing to get his throttle down at all. He's turned his ERS all the way down to help with the slippage, but it's not currently a dry track. Where is he now?
Oh, massive understeer.
He's cut the corner. He's had to cut the corner. He's going to pick up a penalty. There you go. 5-second penalty for that. Who else has come out? Let's have a look at the tyres. Izat overcut Santi saying, let's wait and see. The tyre that they're currently on, top 4 is still on inters. From 5 down to 9th, they're on mediums right now. Leaker's just pitted for mediums, and everyone down from 9th all the way to 14th pitting as well. I reckon they're all going on mediums now.
Carter can get the undercut, switching onto the slicks.
Let's see.
I'll keep an eye on his sector 10s.
Sure, thanks for doing that. And whilst you're doing that, let me just quickly jump back to the interval and see if anyone's close on track. Yeah, we've got Vilsack really. So Vilsack's on the mediums and he's 6/10 behind Tommy right now. Vilsack has far better control of his car than Atomic did. But let's see if he can keep it when he's coming out of the corners. He's trying to get heat into his tyres. His tyres are really cold. Tommy's gone deep into turn 1. I think these inters are now falling off. I think they've reached their lifespan. The track is too dry for the inters. Vilsack looks steady.
Larvesh has disconnected, unfortunately.
Oh no. Biwat just disconnected too. That's his teammate. So hopefully they can invite each other back or something. That'll be nice if they can. I don't think we can send invites in. No, we can't send invites in spectator mode, unfortunately. But we do have Figgy right on the back of Tommy right now. Both of them still on inters. Tommy on fresh inters. So Tommy went into the pits and stayed on inters. What was he thinking there?
I think that might have just been a mistake on the MFD.
Oh no.
He's definitely going to be pitting again. That's going to be unfortunate.
Izat's in the pits right now. He's coming on to mediums and he's coming out still in first place. So he's managed to maintain his lead there.
Yeah, but Cool Hands Carter is right there. He's only got a couple second gap. If he can keep it together and keep it on track and keep pushing.
So it looks like the undercut worked here. Well, not Atomic's undercut. That was one lap too early, but everyone else, I think they did the right thing.
Interestingly, some people did pit for fresh set of inters before everyone started pitting. So maybe the tire life of the tire was getting right to the end before.
Do you know what I think it was? I think it might have been the wing damage that they had, because they had to come into the pits, a few of them, because they crashed into the wall, remember? So that might be it. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see about that one. But I'm going to jump up to the Williams and McLaren who are battling. It's YBN and Northman, I think it is, because they look like... So they're both on the same tyre. YBN is quite close behind them, actually. So it looks like the track is now bone dry. DRS as well. No spray coming up from these tyres whatsoever. So I think it's just going to be all about... You can actually see a slight bit of like reflection on the tyres on the outside. So they might still be a little bit damp there. But I think it's now just going to be a case of who can heat their tyres up quick enough to get them reacting to the track. We've got someone ghosting. Is that Atomic ghost?
It's Atomic. Yeah. That is Atomic.
I'm not sure what's going on with it. Oh, he's spun! I'm not sure why he's ghosting, actually. That's weird.
It might be due to a connection issue.
He's just retired. Yeah, unfortunate. Never mind. But YBN and Matt's Northman are still going at it, though. We've got a little bit of a closer battle between Leaker and VR up ahead in 4th and 5th. Leaker, same tyres, same one-lap old mediums these guys are on. Leaker is the faster driver, and it looks like he's actually turned his tyres on a bit quicker than VR has as well. You can see, VR's getting understeer as he's going through turn 18 there, and Leaker's moved around the outside now, and he's got the position change done.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he didn't get the move done there, he would have probably gotten it done on one of the straights, because Leica had double the ERS that VR had.
Ah, I see.
So he could have pushed him to drain his ERS.
Yeah, and Mats has jumped in as well now, and YBN's about to jump in too.
Yeah, there's a fight for top 5.
YBN looking a bit impatient there. He had a very good exit out of 3. Wow.
Incredibly good, yeah. But he is going to have to defend against the DRS here.
Oh, did he get through the detection zone? Oh, he did. You're right. I think he'll be okay though. He seems to be getting far better exits than VR is right now. Let's not forget, YBN is currently at the top of D2, and VR is somewhere near the bottom, so there is a bit of a pace difference between these two. As Larchess rejoins, so let's hope his car is not doing anything silly on track. And Lika and Northman are now battling hard. Here we go. Two D1 drivers, both very similar pace. How many of these guys do you reckon are using the racing line? D1. I think all of them.
All of them. It's possible. Singapore is a very tricky track. It's so technical that if you haven't been practicing very much without the racing line, it's almost a handicap for yourself to turn it off.
Exactly, I think you're right. Oh, Mats is cutting the corner there.
Oh, very close to the wall.
Yeah, I think Singapore's also one of these tracks where there isn't any room for, let's say, what's the word I'm looking for? There isn't room for inventive driving, so there isn't really any corners that you can brake that little bit later on to try and get an overtake done, or get on early on the throttle or anything like that. It's like it's precision perfect. You need to do every corner the exact same everywhere.
Same way.
And Mats has gone around the outside of Lika, but Lika's keeping that inside line into one, pushed him wide slightly in two, and Lika's got the inside at three.
He still has the outside. Oh, he squeezed him to the wall.
That was cheeky from Lika there. But Mats is going to have, if he can get it turned.
Coming up. He's on the outside of Mats.
He's got him. He
has a DRS. Well, they both have DRS.
Yep. They're side by side still. Mats is not going to want to give up. Again, both braking almost at the same time. Oh no! Mats has lost his wing. He's lost his wing. He's back on track though, thankfully, and he's fighting back. He's fighting back.
Did he have wing damage?
Yeah, it's massive wing damage. He's lost about 3 winglets.
Oh my goodness.
2 winglets and an end plate he's lost, unfortunately.
Oh man.
But is it possible for you to quickly go to the race director and just see how many penalties Izad has? I think he's got 2 now. He needs to be careful.
He has, he had 3 warnings, a penalty, and a warning.
Interesting.
So I think he only has 1 penalty.
Yeah, so 1 3-second, so he's still going to be fine at the end, unless he makes a mistake.
So does Cool Hands Carter. He does have a penalty as well, and 2 warnings.
Oh, okay. So if he can keep it clean, he's looking for second place. Tom has 2 penalties.
Correct.
2 3-second penalties?
So, it didn't specify.
Oh, it didn't specify,
but
okay.
Atomic just picked up a 5-second, but he's out of the race.
That's weird. We've got a bit of a battle going on between Stinson now and VR. I reckon this is going to be a quick job by Stinson. Yeah, he's got the inside line already, and
DRS. Yeah,
that was very.
Let's just hope VR can just hold on to the back of him with DRS.
Oh, Stinson's just picked up a penalty as well at turn 2. 3-second penalty, corner cutting.
For some reason, I'm not seeing all of those race notifications.
Mats is out.
Oh,
he came into the pits and retired. He's in the pits and retired. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, at least he did take care of that correctly.
Yeah.
At the very least. Bit unfortunate to end your race early, but you're taking the right precautions.
To be honest, when I saw him spin, he kind of spun his car around so quickly to get back on track. I thought he was going to fight for it, but... Oh, it's a shame when they do quit, but at least he did it in the pitch, you're right.
Ooh. And Vilsek's got a lot of oversteer going through the bridge to the hairpin. He's only a second behind Steven.
Yeah, our brains are definitely synced. As soon as you said that, I was switching to Vilsek.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. So for everyone who's watching, we do have some guys who are watching who are racing in GTS this weekend. Have you got any tips for them around Brands Hatch? Or do you want to keep that secret?
No. I love to give tips and just allow people to be quicker and quicker, because I want to fight people at their peak. I don't want to be fighting people who aren't confident on the track. I want everyone to go into the race with full confidence that they can get a podium or a really good finish. But turn 1, you want to keep your steering input really smooth and downshift slowly to keep the car stable, upshifting on the exit. Turn 4 is a very light braking zone. You're going to be trail braking the whole time. until you get to the apex, and turn 5 is also a very light braking zone. But it's a very high-speed right-hand turn while you're braking. So you have to make sure that your car setup is right so that you don't catch a lot of oversteer under braking. So those are the couple points to watch out for Brands Hatch.
Oh. There you go, guys. You heard it here first. Some insider info from our previous race winner, Castle Racing. Just to let you know, Izat pitted. He went on to fresh softs.
Interesting.
And that's giving Carter the lead. So Izat's got to gain 15 seconds on Carter right now in order to get this win back. How is he going to do this? That's 3 seconds a lap. He needs to be quicker.
3 seconds. Hold on. I'll check Izat's lap time real quick.
Thanks.
1 second.
I'm not sure what Izat was thinking there because he was even on fresher medium tyres, I believe. Izat's pitting for the drama. That's what Jan's saying. Lex is saying he loves it. He loves it. This is going to be interesting.
He loves the chase.
The gap is currently 13.4 seconds. So he has taken out 1.5 seconds. You know what? If he continues at this pace, he could actually do it. He could do it.
We'll have to see.
We've got Bwat in the pits as well. He was in last place though, but he has gone on to fresh softs. Unless Izat is involved in some insider trading and he's going to get someone to bring out a safety car. His teammate maybe. No,
he's probably, if he thinks he can catch up to Carter, he's probably going to try to go for a double whammy for the fastest lap too.
He could do, yeah. He's not doing it right now though. He's still 12.9. He's only gained half a second. Where is he? He's just come up to the end of, the middle of sector 2 right now. So he needs to be quicker. He needs to get it to 11.5 seconds at the end of this lap. Let's see if he can do it.
But we have to keep in mind that these soft tires are likely going to last the rest of the race, while Carter's laps are already 6 laps in on the mediums.
True.
So the medium tires might drop off significantly enough for Izat to really capitalize on that and take the race lead back.
Yeah, so he has actually got it down to 11.5 seconds, and actually through this final sector is where he's going to gain the most time, because this is a really tyre-dependent, downforce-dependent part of the track, and with that fresh rubber, he's going to be a lot quicker, and you can see that, he's down to 10.9.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just saw that. My eye was right on that.
Here we go. He could actually do it. So, let's see, there's going to be 3 laps, as he crosses the line, he's on lap 12, there's going to be 4 laps left, 12, 13, 14, and 15. He does have the pace to do it right now, so at the end of this lap, he needs to be at 8 seconds.
I think he can do it.
Right, we're going to stick with Izat for now, because everyone else is... Oh, no, there's a bit of a battle going on between Markov and Super Bounty. When that gets below a second, I'll jump to them.
As well as Stinson and Leica. Within a second.
I'll jump to that now. Good spot. So Stinson's got 1 lap fresher mediums here, too. So
and the DRS, but he is low on ERS.
He is. So Leica's got a bit more. He's got about 20% more. Leica is one of these drivers that is super clever with his ERS though. I think he manages it the best out of everyone. Definitely. Every time when he's engaged in the battle, he always has more ERS. Whether he's defending or he's attacking, he always seems to have more than the guy. Yeah. It's amazing.
Izat is already down to 9.3. So
he could do this. He could definitely do this.
Okay. But now it's a 3-way battle for 3rd place with Tom, Leica, and Stinson.
Oh, Havoc pointing out in the track. So shout out to Havoc and Tyler who've just joined us. Havoc pointing out this is Izat's home race. He's from Singapore, let's not forget. So he's going to want this win. True. He's going to want this win. Yeah. He took the first win, let's not forget. And he should get the second one if he can catch Carter. Like I said, we said it needed to be 8 seconds. It's currently 8.5 and he's coming up to 22 and 23 now. Let's see if he can gain the 7/10 he needs. 5/10 now as he's coming through the final 2 corners. He crosses the line. It's 8.3 seconds. He's a little bit down, but he needs to improve now. He needs to be at 6 seconds when he comes across the line at lap 13.
And that's where the medium tires are at right now. They're going to start dropping off.
They
and
are.
That time is going to be even more.
You're right. He could do it. Tyler, I've not seen your name here before, or if I have, apologies, but who might you be in Discord? I can't remember, sorry. Stinson picks up a penalty, but Stinson's come into the pits. Looks like Stinson's going to try and get that fastest lap. I think he knows that the race win's out of his hands right now.
He retired.
He's retired.
He's retired. Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. So we're down. We've lost 4 drivers already now. Oh, we've got Mercedes going slow as well. Is that Tommy? Oh, no, it's behind. It's for
Super Bounty's on the wall.
Oh no.
At turn 18. Oh, and he's letting Nick by. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's sensible. Right, so Izat's got it to 6.9, and he's not even in Sector 3 yet. So he needs to gain 9 tenths in this final sector. Let's see if he can do it. Everyone's rooting for Izat right now in the chat as well. Stinson's left. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I wonder what happened there.
But there's one part of it is catching up, the other part is overtaking. Just because he catches up doesn't mean he's gonna necessarily be able to overtake Carter.
That's true, and Carter does defend very hard too. He's quite clever with his defense. He's always doing his positioning very well.
And Singapore is
he's done it. He's done it 3 tenths actually more. So he's done well. He needed to be at 6, and it is now 5.5. So he's got 2.5 seconds now that he needs to gain this lap in order to attack him before they get to Sector 3. He is gaining. Super Bounty's retired. He's DNF'd. Where is his car? His car's still on track though. He should have done that in the pits if he was going to DNF. Let's hope his car doesn't do anything silly. Oh no, thankfully it's gone straight on at turn 7, I think.
Yeah, turn 8.
Turn 8, okay. So there you go. He won't get caught. Carter has just overtaken a backmarker, a Mercedes of Tommy. Izat's going to have to jump him now as well. Let's hope Tommy moves right out of the way. That gap is still 5.2 seconds, so Izat's not done enough. He's only in Sector 2 though, and he will gain more when he gets through 2 and 3, but he's not got enough right now. We've got a battle going on between Tom and Vilsack as well. I'll jump to them for now because they're only 4 tenths behind.
And Tom does have front wing damage as well.
Ooh, oh, he does, yeah. So I think Vilsack's going to hunt for that podium spot again on the final 2 laps. Leaker is currently getting a double podium. Vilsack is on 1 lap older tyres though. His mediums are not going to last much longer.
And Leica got a tank slapper coming out of the hairpin.
Ooh. I missed that, unfortunately. But Izat's down to 4 seconds. He's not gained enough.
How much does he need to be at the end of the lap?
Oh, hang on. Tommy's overtaken Carter again. Interesting.
Really?
He needed to be 2.5 seconds at the end of the lap, but he's only 3.7, so he's not done it. This is the last lap now as well.
Down.
I wonder how Tommy got back ahead of Carter.
I think Carter may have made a mistake because the delta was staying at about 5 seconds, but I saw it just drop sharply, so he may have caught a lot of oversteer on the worn tires. The gap is down to 3.3 now, but I don't know if that's going to be enough.
He is gaining though. He's still gaining. He could do it. He's got to really push. Carter's got to keep his head cool if he wants to take this win. Let's not forget though, they both have penalties, so maybe Izat's just aiming to get below 3 seconds. That's what it could be. If he can get below 3, then Izat's got this win. And he has.
He is
2.6.
Yeah, he also has the current fastest lap, so
nice.
He's definitely going all out right now.
Will he get the double whammy?
Well, no, in just a couple corners as we come up to the last sector of the race.
Jan saying he needs a cool hands, not a cool race. So I'm going to ride on board with cool hands because he is in first right now, so we will watch him cross the line. Izat's got that gap down to 2.1. It is now below 2. He was 1 lap too late, unfortunately. 1 more lap and he would have definitely done it. Oh, he's got it down to 1.6, so Carter crosses the line. Let's see if Izat jumps him. So well done, Carter. Oh, no, he doesn't. Izat stays in second. Carter. So well done, Carter. That's your 3rd or 4th race win for OFR now. Good job. Leaker's going to come around the corner 21 seconds later. In about 5 seconds, he's going to finish in 3rd place. Solid performance from Leaker. Another podium for you. Well done.
That's good. And Tom coming up in 4th. YBN Steven in 5th.
Nice. Well done, Tom. And YBN's next. Oh, we've got a bit of a battle going on between Liv and Vilsek right now as well. Liv 2 tenths behind. He's looking down the inside. He's got Vilsek. He's just jumped in.
Got him.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Vilsek has no winglets. Not winglets, and plates anymore.
Oh, no.
Oh,
so
man.
Vilsek said Liv jumps him. Yeah, he keeps that position as well. Lav says she's going to be next in 9th place. He's just coming through 22 and 23 now. And he's going to get a point there, so well done. Figgy's going to get the 2 points, sorry. Figgy's going to get the final point. Markov is really close behind there. There's another battle going on for 10th place right now. Markov just picks up a penalty there. Not sure how many Figgy has, but Markov is not letting Figgy escape here.
Like they say, it's never done until you cross the line.
Yep.
He's only 6 tenths behind me. If he can... Oh, and he's got a bad exit. I don't think he's going to be able to get it.
No. Well, he's got
he lunges for it, but he couldn't do it.
Crosses the line,
Good job
so well done, boys.
Fighting right to the end.
Yeah, nice to see, very nice to see. And last but not least, across the line is going to be Tommy. There was 6 DNFers, very unfortunate, but the 12 that did make
Singapore.
it, well done. Yeah, exactly, that is Singapore. That is Singapore, and he crosses the line. Well done, Tommy. So what another great race.
Fantastic
first special
race
event,
from these guys.
Yeah, amazing. So thanks to everyone who tuned in. As a reminder, we've got 4 F1 races this weekend in Russia. We've got D1 on Saturday, D2 on Saturday, and 2 D3 races on Sunday. Then we've got 2 GTS races at Brands Hatch on Sunday, where Castle is going to be racing there. Are you going to be in the first race or the second race?
First race.
First race, so you're going to be going up against the big dogs now. It's going to be really good to see.
Oh,
there we go.
I'm just hoping to get in some practice with Brumo, hopefully, so I can try to see what his pace is.
Very nice, very nice. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm just going to show you the standings quickly, so I can fill these results in tomorrow sometime. Here they are. Alright, so thanks guys, I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks for joining, Castle, and good luck on the weekend.